Here we go. Good evening. We are tonight's entertainment. Will someone please explain to me what the hell is going on?
Cool. Like I said, the random stuff.
That was unpleasant. I'm sorry you had to see that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know how this machine worked.
Let's start the show.
And welcome to Volume 30 of the Geek Conclave Mixtapes. The gang's all here this time. I'm Eddie Fergoso. I have Paul and Fernando, and then I have Tommy Della at the bottom below me this time. The whole group's here. So last episode was kind of like just cut because we were waiting on Tommy, and he wasn't able to make it because of work, but you know, it happens. No worries. So Volume 30 is going to be its own separate thing. So we're going to talk about like our review of Batman. We're going to talk about the Obi Wan trailer that came out, and then this morning we were kind of lucky that we're doing this because Miss Marvel teaser dropped. So we won't break it down immensely, but we'll just kind of talk about that, and then like the other Disney Plus shows in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, like Moon Knight, that's starting up on March 30th. Yeah, and that's it. We'll just kind of get to it. So, how's your week been, guys? What anything new?
No, just work, tiring. So, but I've been looking forward to this since last week. So, finally, back on the podcast. So, gonna talk about Batman and stuff.
Yeah, no, we will. Paul, anything new with you or?
Some stuff came in that I've been trying to collect at least. I've been trying to collect some rookie cards. So these are the rookie cards that I've been collecting.
Ooh.
I got the Andre Jackson rookie cards, just like the regular with autographs, full numbered to like 199. So I think I'm trying to have him as like my person that I'm trying to collect in terms of personal collection now. So that's what kind of came in.
Cool. Yeah, I have a couple cards that I'm collecting too. I cleaned the garage the other day just to one more thing to do while I'm taking care of my mom was we're gonna like move the garage and clean it around, and I found my like cards that I had so I have my Matt Kemp rookie card, Andre Ethier, and yeah, so I have just those two, but I have a Maeda card too, but
dang. Okay.
Yeah, so I have a Corey Seager one too, but he's in my bobblehead, so
it's in bobblehead.
It's in the I have a little bobblehead holder, and then I have the card in front of it.
Okay.
But yeah, I need to collect more baseball cards, but they're like the same thing with the basketball and everything else. It's hard to get them.
Price went up on those as well, right?
Yeah,
on the cards,
bro. Price went up on everything.
Not as much on baseball. Baseball's still kind of been the same, but basketball's still relatively high.
I want to say baseball was kind of always like the standard, though, wasn't it? In terms of collecting, like
I think
because it was like I want to say more than basketball and hockey. I didn't really collect NFL, so I can't speak to that, but
I think it just depends on if there's like a big name superstar that people are really trying to collect for. In baseball, there hasn't been like that one huge star to collect, I don't believe, compared to like basketball. But that's been a long time.
Yeah, and I know.
Like when you have guys like Ja Morant and like Zion, when Zion was pretty big, there's going to be more of the people that are trying to get those rookie cards more than anybody, at least on compared to baseball. That's why I went with the Andre Jackson. So I'm kind of hoping that these kind of blow up in a few
Maybe.
years. Hopefully, he becomes a really good pitcher.
Hopefully.
I'm lost. I don't even know who Andre Jackson is. Like I'm so bad with is he in the minors right now, or did he play last year, or
Yeah, he got called up last year. He played, I think, 2 or 3 games.
okay.
Played pretty
So
well.
so I have to look him up. So like this year coming up, if he plays the full season, it'll be like his rookie year, I think, right? Or no? Like a legit rookie year? Like I know that's how it is. Like when you have to play a certain amount of games
To be
for
considered
that
for a
year
rookie.
to count. Something like
I
that. I'm not
believe
sure.
so.
Something
But
like
he's
that.
considered one of the Dodgers rookies. So, and it's an actual Dodgers card, not like a Oklahoma City Drillers card. So
Yeah. Yeah.
What
hopefully
was I
he'll
gonna
be
say?
good.
Is that coming off of 2022-23 season pack, or is that a 21-22 pack?
This is for this
So
year's.
22-23 pack.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Damn, they're already out. Shit.
Yeah, well, these kind of just came out maybe like a week or two
Well,
ago.
see,
That's
'cause
why I've
it
been
technically,
just kind of
like,
waiting
it
for
would
these.
be if it wasn't for that delay, we would have been like a week away from opening. Anyway. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well. Yeah. I don't know what else to say because they just changed my schedule, so I go into tomorrow. So.
Oh no.
Yeah. So let's get this going.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
All right. So we're gonna jump into it. The Batman came out now. It is doing pretty well, I would say. Its box office total for the opening weekend was $134,008,624. So not bad at all. Right now, worldwide total, it is $465,832,067. Oh no, and 40. I can't read my own writing. And $47. So domestically, it's a little more. Like its domestic income, it's 239 million versus 226 million for international. So international's catching up. Just right out the gate, it got a 10 from IGN. It's I didn't check its Rotten Tomato score, but I want to say it's like in the 90s. At my job, a lot of people are saying it's better than The Dark Knight. I've heard people say that. We'll get into it where I feel on it, but overall, it's been well received. So much that it, the spin-off series that were like announced one of them was officially been ordered. So there'll be HBO Max officially had ordered the Penguin show, which will focus on Penguin's rise to power, and then Colin Farrell is going to be an executive producer, and then was supposed to be a series on the Gotham PD, which has been done already because of Fox, but they already kind of nixed it. It's not going to be about the Gotham Police Department anymore. It's going to be about Arkham Asylum. So that's in development. It hasn't officially been ordered yet, but it's in development, and it just hopes to build upon what the film expanded on, which was the corruption of Gotham City. So before I start asking you guys questions, just a heads up, if you haven't seen The Batman yet, honestly, you're missing out. And then two, we're going to talk about the spoilers. Like, we are going to heavily spoil this. I've been wanting to talk about this for a while, so I'm going to give my opinions on the plot. So yeah, if you don't want to be spoiled, probably this is the episode you shouldn't listen to, because we're going to spoil a lot of stuff. So with that said, since Tommy rushed home and actually made it on time, I'll let Tommy go first. So Tommy, what do you feel about the Batman? Like, what? I know you wanted to say stuff when we were leaving the theater, but it was really cold and we had to leave anyway. So
Yeah. There's a lot to talk about. Like, it's a different take on the character. It's more gritty, I guess. More like just like it's not as clean as the Nolan universe side of it, I guess. His costume's more homemade. The Riddler's costume's nothing like the Batman Forever, the Val Kilmer Batman one. He's more like reminded me of we got Pulp Fiction vibes from him. So, as far as the overall movie, I love the action. The fight scenes were better choreographed, like on par with like a kung fu movie, I guess. Like there was it was fast paced. It I thought it just it did justice to Batman's and like I that's where I felt like the Dark Knight, the Nolan's verse lacked. So I appreciated that. Um, the Batman was different. He was more aloof. Like he was more didn't do the whole Bruce Wayne playboy thing. Um, I don't know if I could say it's better than the Dark Knight though, because Heath Ledger's Joker kind of took that movie over the top. Like story wise, I don't think I could give it a nod over the Dark Knight. I can't do that just yet. I would have to probably watch both movies back to back. I don't want to see them do Batman again to get another take on it. But you've seen it twice already, so you probably have
Yeah, I'll tell you guys.
more to say on it. But yeah, that's my take on it. It's good. I like it. I don't know if I give it a 10, maybe like an 8.5 or a 9, but not.
Okay.
I don't think I say it's perfect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, good though. Good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Different.
And
Dolby was cool. There's some scenes in there that kind of stood out, but I'll let you guys talk on
we'll
it.
break that down in a second. Paul,
Yeah.
what about you?
For me, I thought it was a really good movie. I'm still gonna give it like a 9 overall, solid 9. Like
Okay.
Yeah.
I think giving it an 8.5 is kind of discredit to it. I think it's just overall solid in all aspects. I think when
Yeah.
it comes to filmmaking, story, and like your visuals and everything, I think everything is like really, really top notch on this one. So I can't really give any negative part to that. I think all the negatives I would give it were just like really small nitpicks more than anything. So that's why I give it like a solid 9 on this one. Overall, for me, I think my favorite thing about the movie is like the world building. When you look at what is it called, like the Dark Knight, when I see the world there, I know that they base it off of like Chicago, Pittsburgh, and stuff, and you see those monuments there. So for me, I'm like, oh, this is Pittsburgh. This is Chicago. I think when I look at what's it called, the Batman, it's Gotham. Like I like how they kind of make it look like a different place, but still kind of familiar in a sense. But that was like my favorite part about it. Like when we got out of the theater, I was saying I want to live in this world. It's because it's a different thing. It looks good. It looks dirty, it looks dark, but it looks good. You know. So that's what I think. To me, it's grounded in that with the visuals at least. So that's what I really loved about the movie.
Cool. You guys kind of pretty much saying the same talking points that I have. So upon seeing it the second time, like I was really excited seeing it out of the first time when I left Saturday, and I did that little quick immediate reaction recording. Then I said it was like it wasn't a 10 for me either. It was higher than an 8 for me though, but I still wasn't like where to place it. So I'm probably gonna agree with Paul. It's like a solid 9 for sure. It would just be nitpicking little things. I personally, now watching it a second time, I do feel it is too long. There's easily a couple scenes that are extended out, and I think it's just because it was in Dolby that I was like, okay, this is cool. But if it wasn't in Dolby, you just cut it. An example, which is because my brother said it, having seen it twice as well. The chase scene in the Batmobile, as badass as that was in Dolby, you could have easily cut a couple scenes from it. We're cutting back and forth between him going like in the truck. Like it was I get it, it was cool, and in Dolby it was really nice to have the seats rumble and everything, but that could have been cut down just a little bit. Just as an example, a quick one that pops in my head. There's a lot of exposition, so yeah, that's the one thing I would say. It was just too long, I guess, is the thing that I kind of complained about. But then on the contrary to Tommy, as the fighting, I still think it was too much punching, not enough kicking. Like I want like a martial art Batman. Like I know that Batman Begins touched on him training, and but Nolan wasn't able to film that yet, because the way Nolan's films have gone is like he's basically he grows with each film, and so Batman Begins, his fighting was terrible. Like the camera did the circle, it was like a headache to watch. Dark Knight got a little better, but it was still too much punching. And then Dark Knight Rises actually was smoother fighting, but he just lacked the actual choreography for fighting to show. Like the Bane fight in hindsight now is pretty bad compared to what it should have been. So yeah, I kind of got too much vibes of like Nolan Batman fighting. Like I know it was a faster cuts, and like he was obviously more aggressive. He's obviously still learning to be Batman too, so that's what I'm trying to take into consideration. It's not going to be the polished Batman fighting that, as much as I hated Snyder's Batman, he was able to pull off. So I guess if it had been that, maybe it would give more like a 9.5 for me. Because everything else, like Jeffrey Wright was awesome Commissioner Gordon, Zoe Kravitz was an awesome Catwoman, the Riddler was menacing, and even though he wasn't like the Riddler from the comics, the Zodiac Killer, it was still fucking kick ass. So definitely at high points. It was just like I said, just little minute pickings. I didn't mind emo Bruce Wayne because he's still like the billionaire playboy is probably going to end up in a sequel. Now that he's going to want to like actually keep up some legacy. So yeah, see, Colin Farrell as the Penguin, super kick ass. But yeah, without rambling too much, I mean that's where I stand. It's a 9. But the movie as a whole, like Paul said, is world building. So there's a particular scene that is kind of talked about but not really talked about because it was kind of just there towards the end. Did you guys catch the cameo, obviously, of the Joker?
Yeah.
Towards the end?
In a cell?
Yeah. So do you guys know who played it?
The dude from Chernos.
Yeah, it was the dude
Forget
from
his name.
Chernos. It's Barry, I hope I say his name right, Barry Keoghan. But in the credits, he was actually named unnamed Arkham inmate. So they didn't call him Joker. I guess Matt Reeves, there was leaked sets, picture of him as a cop, kind of like fake scenes to kind of throw the trend off that people weren't expecting the Joker to be in the movie. So Matt Reeves did come out and say there's a scene that is going to be released between now, maybe before the movie comes out on Blu-ray or maybe after, where I guess it is a deleted scene and it actually was him in like the full Joker makeup and him actually meeting Batman, because obviously they've already had their encounter since this is year 2 of Batman's career. Joker obviously has already been put away in jail, so the scene that I read off IGN, and I think it was Hollywood Reporter originally reported it, and IGN just kind of paraphrased their article. It was kind of like an interrogation scene, not like the Dark Knight version, but basically what it was is because he was getting these letters from Riddler and not really knowing where they were coming from, like he basically just, I guess, kind of like more like a Hannibal Lecter type thing, like wanted the Joker's advice on it, and for some reason Matt Reeves just cut it. So, but he said that he liked it so much that he does want to like release it to the public to see, so that everyone can see this version of Joker. So his version of Joker, because this Batman is more grounded in realism a little bit more than the Nolan one so far. Like from the Batmobile looking more like a car, and the way Riddler is like a killer. He said that his Joker is not, there's no scars like Heath Ledger's. It's not perma white like Jack Nicholson or the comics. He's a Joker that has like a facial disfiguration to make him permanently smile, and he is suffering from a disorder. So they mentioned it's called Angel. I didn't write it down, but I had like looked it up. It was like Angel Syndrome or something like that, where it's like people who manically kind of laugh at everything, stuff like that. Like he didn't confirm it was like that, so I guess the symptom that the Joker movie had, where he gave the person the card where he says like, oh, I laugh when I'm scared and stuff like that, like it's similar disorder to like that. So reason I brought that up is since there is 2 sequels greenlit, are you guys wanting to see it be the Joker, or are you like, nah, you want to see another villain? Because I'll be honest, personally, as much as I love the Joker, I feel like they kind of need to give him a break. Like, you can have him be there like as like a puppet master, I guess, but I don't want him to be the full-fledged villain, even though it is like the staple of Batman's relationship is you have to have the Joker in there. I just feel already with you'd have Cesar Romero, Heath Ledger, Jared Leto. I mean, Mark Hamill doesn't count as far as live action, but you'll have freaking Joaquin Phoenix, and then now Barry. So you'll have too many. I think there's just too many Jokers. Personally, that's just my 2 cents. I'd rather see another villain go on. Paul or Tommy, who wants to give their opinion?
I agree with you on the Joker that there have been a lot of Jokers, but like you said, it is kind of like his like anchor, I guess, like his main villain.
Yeah, it's the
so it's kind of hard. Yeah, it's kind of hard to do a Batman without a Joker. They pulled it off with this one. Except Riddler was different though. Like, he was real smart, which is cool, but Riddler normally doesn't get his hands dirty, so it's kind of a different take on him. So, which is fine. It's a different take. Kind of want to get Paul's, I guess, critiques on it. I do agree with you, Eddie. My first watching of it, I did feel like it was a little long, so that would be like one of my minor critiques of it. The one thing that's been bugging me for a while that I've been wanting to like say is like, we got Nolan's take on Batman, like his trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
This is Matt Reeves' first part to his trilogy. So my whole thing is I want to see a director get Batman and interact him with other parts of the DC universe. Like, that's what I want to see. Like, and it's already come out that they're kind of isolate this Batman and keep him in his own world, and with like they use the same term that Nolan used, where it's down to earth. Like, is it down to earth Batman? I think they keep on saying like a grounded Batman. They wanted to have a grounded Batman, which is fine, but I think we already got that with Nolan. Like, we're gonna get like the Russo brothers' take on it, and the Wachowski's brother. I mean, everybody's gonna. I want to do my take on it. I want to do my take on it. Like, I want to see somebody take the Batman and successfully interact him with other parts of the DC universe. Like, it's cool that we're getting this, and there's always like a place for a great movie, which is this is. But like, I feel like we've seen it already, and I kind of want to. Like, Zack Snyder started to do it, but he kind of failed in his interpretation of the universe. So I kind of want to see somebody take these characters and successfully interact them together and make a universe out of them, I guess. And I guess we'll get more light on it when the Flash movie comes out, because I guess that one's gonna kind of do the whole like reset to the universe. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. So, but yeah, just want to hear Paul's critique on him, what his little small critiques are, and we'll go from there, I guess. I'm always curious.
Well,
Paul's more analytical than I am.
I'm still going back to what Eddie was talking about with the whole, if it needs to have a Joker. I think his will need a Joker in there, and kind of just like how you were saying, there's no Batman without Joker, and I think, like you were saying, that he is the staple. You have to have him as your villain regardless on there. But I don't think it's up to Matt Reeves to make Batman join the characters or anything like that. I think that's the higher ups that want to decide that, because I think he's already making his world good, and the reception of it, I think, is kind of positive for the most part. So it's up to the executives to decide, hey, maybe we should kind of join the Matt Reeves one. But as of right now, it's still like a jumble, like how the Flash is going to be. No one knows what's going to go on with that, or if they're going to interact with what's called Robert Pattinson's Batman or anything. So I don't know. But overall, I think Joker would be a good touch, but I don't necessarily think he has to be the next villain.
True.
I think they could do maybe like a Poison Ivy, like a dark Poison Ivy, not what's their name, Uma Thurman, Poison Ivy. I love Uma Thurman, but
Not as
to
poison.
have a actual solid female villain, that would be kind of cool because I don't think that's really been done with Batman, right?
Not in live action, at least.
So
Real
I think
quick,
that would be a cool idea.
I was gonna say, this Batman universe and the Joker, the Joaquin's Joker universe, kind of seem real similar. I don't know if you guys caught that, like just
Oh
real,
yeah,
Yeah,
real gritty.
but I'm gonna be
So
in the minority right off the bat. I don't want those two to meet, and I also like. I don't get me wrong. I like that Joker movie. I have yet to see it a second time, just due to the whole turmoil of the world. That's a very depressing movie, and realistically, you take away the Bruce Wayne part and everything else, it's really not a Joker movie. It's just about it's a character analysis of a man who goes psycho, who just happens to put on the clown makeup and call himself Joker. But it's real. That's just how I feel. Like, it's still a good movie. I'm not like knocking it for that, but it's not like there was nothing in that movie that made me want this Joker to meet Batman, because he didn't. I mean, besides killing the dude at the end, there was no actual crimes committed. He wasn't the Clown Prince of Gotham. Yeah, he's becoming, like, I guess there is a sequel that's going to be made, which we can talk about another day because they're supposedly not going to make one, but now there's apparently a good enough story to tell one. Unless that sequel ends up making him become the Clown Prince of Crime and actually makes him the Joker from the comics that I would want to see Batman interact with. If it's just going off the first one, there was nothing that made me want a Batman to show up and beat this guy's ass. Because this guy, if anything, that would make Batman look like the villain, because that Joker was so fucking mentally distraught. And, like, not that I agree with what he did, but you could see why he did it because of what was in his life. Like, he basically was a man who lost his shit. So now you're going to have some guy, a vigilante, come beat the shit out of this guy? Like, to what purpose does that show? Just that, like, Batman would be the villain in that movie. That's just my take on it. That's why I personally don't want the two to meet. I know I'm in the minority, though, because the rest of the internet, like, everyone loved Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, and they want them to meet. I get it. I personally don't see, based off that movie, why they should, but yeah, that's just my 2 cents on it. As you were, Tommy, you can continue with what
no, I was just saying that the worlds were real similar, like real gritty, real grounded, like real, just like they're like just dirty, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
I think that's just a better take for Batman. I mean, as much as I like the Tim Burton films and the gothic look, it's just very disconnecting from like the world,
from real life.
because Batman is one of the most, it's still outrageous, but it's one of the most possible things that could happen if someone had enough money and wanted to. Literally, someone could really be Batman.
Yeah. Well, not really, but yeah.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like, I mean, the army, the government would find him in like a day. But yeah. I'm just saying, like, it's out of all these comics, it's the one that's kind of the most possible. That and, like I said, the Punisher are like the most possible things that could actually you could do.
Yeah.
But no, I did catch. I mean, I really fast. Like, the one thing I did like about this movie is it pretty much did feel like a graphic novel, more so than any of the other Batman stuff. Just because of the way that it was, like the beautiful like cinematography, and just imagery, like the way everyone interacted. It just, to me, it felt like a graphic novel. So that's one thing I take away from like The Dark Knight, is that Matt Reeves' version definitely has like an aesthetic and a look. So, and I personally, I think I'm still not sold on Batman's look still. I don't know, something about his cowl just is kind of off to me. I mean, it's just because I just got used to the Dark Knight version. But I don't know, there's something weird about it.
He had a collar. You catch that? He had like, it wasn't like,
and then the one thing, I mean, I guess again, because it's grounded in realism, like the whole scene when he like actually flew, I was kind of like, oh, that's cool, but then at the same time, I'm like, that's kind of whack. Like, I want you to have like a cape, but again, that's just me nitpicking. Like, it was still cool, but at the same time, I'm just like, like he just was army parachuting. So
I enjoyed that scene because it kind of like, it's year 2, still learning how to be Batman.
No, I liked it because they showed how he crashed, and that shit was
you can see how he's not refined as like a veteran Batman. So,
yeah, he's still
like,
very much learning.
Yeah, something that he could like improve upon, like moving forward, like just get better at and try to refine his skills, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So It's cool. I'll say this: it's not as good as probably not as good as The Dark Knight, especially that opening scene in The Dark Knight. But I think it's probably better than Batman Begins. Although I do like Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson,
The
Ra's al Ghul.
I do the Ra's al Ghul. I do like Ra's al Ghul and like the villain in that. Like I felt like he was. I don't want to say more menacing, but he felt like he was almost
Well, he was a legit threat.
untouched. Yeah. So he kind of like lets us his mentor or whatever. So I did. It's hard to discount him, I guess. So
No, I
it's
get
a
it.
different universe, though. It's different, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I would want to see more of how Batman trained, like, because like the Dark Knight wasn't as realistic as far as like turning Batman into Batman. He started training like in his 20s, or in the comic books he started training as a youth. You know what I mean? Like, and I think as early as like grade school, I think, in the comic books, because he mastered a bunch of like fighting styles plus like science, all this other stuff, like to become a detective. So like I would want to get that aspect of it, because
Yeah.
get that background. You know what I mean? So because I mean it's a movie, whatever. Nolan said he started training, and he was trained by the League of Shadows, whatever, and it is what it is. But I don't know. Just my 2 cents, I guess.
That's all good.
But I mean, you it's hard to put that on screen too. So that's the thing. Like,
Yeah, no, I mean,
it was already a 3-hour movie as it was, so it should be even longer. So
Well, I'll expand on that in a second. But is Paul anything else you want to add?
The only other notes that I pretty much have are pretty much the music.
I was waiting
Michael
for you. I knew you were
Giacchino.
gonna say it. That's your boy, dude.
Awesome. That's my boy. Yeah, really. I would say, of course, the theme song is kind of his big one. I would say there were other tracks on there that are pretty offbeat, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Which it's kind of it goes with the whole movie and everything. So I thought Michael Giacchino did a pretty good job with it. And the other notes that I pretty much have is not necessarily the character of the Riddler. It's more the idea how scary the Riddler could be, and what I mean by that is just because, were you getting any like Q vibes by chance?
Q as in like QAnon?
QAnon?
Yeah.
yeah,
kind of.
Because-
Yeah.
It's a
Now
scary
that you brought it
idea to
up.
think about it, because like it was just one guy. He was smart and everything, but he had followers that he was
Yeah,
going on social
copycats.
media. Yeah, so it's just like the way that they kind of ground it and almost make it into something relevant
Yeah,
in our
I think
society.
that's also
I think
why it
that's,
was it hit on for like non-comic book people, because I had a buddy at work who I didn't think was gonna like the movie, and like his girlfriend liked it more than him, but it's she doesn't like comic book movies, but she said she just liked how real it felt and scary. So, and then she's talking about what you're talking about, the follower part.
I thought that was a really good touch. Like it made it more grounded than it should have been, I think.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. The score, I will say, just because it's been fresh, I would say I kind of like this score right now a little more than the Dark Knight score.
Oof. Ooh.
Just the score. There's certain parts. There isn't he's on YouTube, but he has a Spotify account, and I've been listening to it a lot. He did a mashup for Spider-Man 2. It's called Samuel Kim. If you guys look him up, he did the Batman theme. But I played it yesterday when I went with my mom to Costco, and she was like, "What is this?" And I was like, "Oh, it's a Batman. The song's like 5 minutes long, but he mixed all 3 Batman songs together. So it starts off with Tim Burton's, then it transitions really good into Michael Giacchino's theme, and then he even has the Dark Knight theme in there. It's freaking dope. So that's like, I've been listening to that. But yeah, the score was really good. I really set the tone. Let's say Giacchino's getting up there for me as like I like a lot of his stuff. I didn't realize that he did a lot of Pixar movies. When I looked up his stuff on Spotify, I'm like, holy shit, you did like all the Pixar library. So
Yep.
he's dabbing into superheroes, and I know his Lost stuff is good too. But yeah, really fast to touch on what Tommy brought up about the 3-hour mark. Like I said earlier, that was one of the things that I thought was too long, because for me, it kind of had a Return of the King vibe. What I mean by that is I thought there was a logical ending point to end it on. It would have been like a cliffhanger, but I feel towards the end, like when he went back to go save everybody from the copycat people, I don't know, that just felt excessively long to me. Like I was like, really? Like I thought the movie was gonna end with like him finding a clue or whatever, and then like it fading to black, and I would have been cool with that. But then it was just like, I'm like, oh shit, there's more movie, and then I like looked at my clock and I was like, shit, there's still 30 minutes left. Like so yeah, that was upon watching it the second time, I'm not gonna lie, I am ashamed to say that I did fall asleep. I nodded off the second time, and it's no disrespect to Andy Serkis, but I fell asleep during the hospital scene with him and Bruce Wayne, because my little brother had to nudge me, and he's like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Oh shit, I was falling asleep." And then his exact words come out, "See, I told you it's too long ago." So, but yeah, other than that, I mean, I know I'm definitely gonna buy it when it comes out. I'm excited for the trilogies and for the spin-offs. Did you guys ever play the Telltale Batman games?
No.
I did.
So did this kind of give you a little bit of vibe from
Yes.
that? Because of the whole thing with his parents? Yeah.
Yep.
So I know it also touches on the long Halloween graphic novel, because they kind of mentioned that like Bruce Wayne's family has like a tie with the Falcones, like kind of a friendship, and that's really all that gets alluded. So I know it also stemmed from that, but having played the Telltale games recently too, like it just gave me that vibe, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool to go down that road. And then big props to John Turturro. Is that saying his name right?
Oh, Turturro.
Turturro, yeah, he played a damn good Carmine Falcone, and like, I guess I just know him more from comedy acts like Don't Mess with Zohan, and Transformers as Sims. So, but like, when I first saw him, I'm like, oh, he's gonna take me out. But then he actually didn't. They actually like really took on the role. So he did give me like towards the end like mob boss vibes. I was like, oh shit, like I could totally see how like he manipulated the people, and it was very believable. So kudos, because when I first saw that he was cast, I was like, oh man, I'm like, I didn't know if he was gonna have a big role. Before seeing the movie, I was kind of hoping he wasn't, because like I said, I just see him as a comedy act, and obviously wasn't the case. So just wanted to give him his comeuppance. So anything else you guys want to add on it?
I have a little nitpick.
Go ahead.
The right before the car scene, you know, where they get to the warehouse and everything.
Mm-hmm.
How does Batman hide his car? It's so loud.
Yeah.
It has fire and everything. How do you put it next to the warehouse without getting caught? And he just has this big flashy entrance and everything. I was like, what the? But that's just as nitpick as it gets for me.
No, I mean, that is one of those plot holes if you're gonna go down that road, because everything else, like I do say that this would be the first time they actually show him put on the black paint on his eyes, because it kind of was just alluded to in the other ones. Well, no, actually, no, not really, because when Christian Bale took off the helmet, like he was just like sweaty under it, and like I guess just the shadow casted his eyes, like I don't know, but yeah, it was that is definitely a plot hole, because I guess they kind of had it where he was taking the motorcycle as more realistic, and I'm like, oh cool, like and then now that you mention it, like just the Batmobile shows up out of fucking nowhere.
Like, okay.
Maybe there'll be a deleted scene where it's like left there, and like that's why like it was just one of those things. He's like, oh shit, we're at the warehouse. I know where my
I'll leave this car right
here. I don't know, but overall, last thing, and then we'll jump ship. The like his Batman portrayal, where would you guys rank it if you want to? Do you think it's better than Bale, as just from what we've seen right now? I'm not saying than the movie. I'm just saying like him as a Batman. Like, where would you place him right now?
You could go first, Paul, if you want.
Okay, I'm just gonna say it. He's the best Batman ever.
Are you being serious or are you being comedic? If you're serious, it's
I'm
fine.
doing this I'm taking it for the podcast, man.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'll say I think it just depends on the generation. I'd say like I'll say for the modern touch, he is the best Batman, just because of course like the Val Kilmers, the George Clooney's, that was just because they're them.
Yeah.
I don't think that they really went for the whole seriousness of it, but for the serious aspect, I'll say he's the best Batman.
Okay.
I'm gonna agree with Paul. I do think. I think in the Dark Knight trilogies, the villains kind of made it with Liam Neeson. I don't know how to say his last name. Heath Ledger, of course, was probably the best villain so far, and Tom Hardy as Bane. Those villains kind of made that movie. I felt like Pattinson's Batman was the focal point of this movie and stood out more so than the Riddler or Zoe Kravitz. So yeah, I'm gonna have to say that he just looked disturbed when he was Bruce Wayne, and then his fight with this, like, I love the choreography in it. Yeah, he's the best Batman.
All right.
So far.
That's fine. It's. I'm not gonna gatekeep or anything. There's.
No. I mean,
you guys are fine.
you have-
I'm just asking because he's like up there. I would still say, I think it's funny because there's 3 movies of it. I liked. Christian Bale's still my Batman. Before this movie, it would have been Keaton, but now it would be Pattinson's Batman, and only more so because I think the reason this Batman is more fresh than an example of like the Snyderverse is because this Batman, you actually got to see him be a detective, which they haven't really done in live action. Like the Dark Knight kind of teased on it, like when he made the thing for the bullet and how like he reconstructed it, and then like had him showing like how it would do the points and stuff like that. Like that was like kind of the most detective you got. But this one, like I liked how they had where he had the tech to record the camera, where he was able to actually, you see him like go into the crime scene and actually like look at it, kind of how Dark Knight kind of alluded to him there, like when he shows up at the robbery and like Montoya says, all right, can we give these two some room, and then like they kind of just like show him a little bit, break it down, but not really. This one like went full blown where like he's interacting with the cops aren't liking that he's there, obviously, because it's his second year doing it. So I'd say that's why it was fresher, and right now he's definitely a better Batman than Bruce Wayne, but I'm pretty sure the sequels will change that, because the best Bruce Wayne on screen still is Christian Bale for the Playboy antics of it.
Yeah, it depends on what you're looking for in the Bruce Wayne. Like I felt Bale did the dual person,
The
like
duality of him really good.
Yeah, he was able to act like Bruce Wayne, like the Playboy billionaire, where Pattinson's Batman wasn't there yet. He was still focused on like he always said, on vengeance. Like he was focused on trying to clean up the city and be Batman, and that's all he wanted. He didn't want to be Bruce Wayne. He just wanted to be Batman. He changed Bruce Wayne when he had to go to make the appearance at the funeral, so he could kind of because he kind of felt Riddler was going to be there, and then to get into the club to see Falcone. Like he knew his status as Bruce Wayne would get him into the, I don't know if they called it the Iceberg Lounge, but
yeah, they did. It was Iceberg Lounge, and then the club within the club was the 44.
Yeah, so he knew his status as an elitist would get him to the doors he couldn't get in as Batman. Couldn't fight his way through there as Batman. He needed because he needed to be back to Bruce Wayne to get in there. Because they were used to rich scumbag people like being in there, so he kind of fit in that sense. They thought he was a rich scumbag, so yeah. But yeah.
All right, that's all. I just wanted to see, because I just the everything gets amplified on the internet, so I just saw that like perfect 10s and stuff like that. Like, don't get me wrong, the movie was good, but like we all agreed it's not a perfect 10 yet. I think still the perfect incarnation of Batman is still not in live action. It's an animated series, and that's like the Batman animated series is like the perfect Batman, but
Perfect Batman's Arkham series of video game.
well, I'll give you that too. That's a good one too. But I would say, as far as like just something you can watch, I would say the TV show, the cartoon from the '90s, the darker seasons, not the when they changed up the animation and made it the New Adventures of Batman, when it had like Robin and stuff like that. Like they changed it. It was still good, but I liked the original run because like when they made the Mr. Freeze and all that stuff. So
I would still like to see Matt Reeves if he's able to. It's hard to introduce a Robin into these universes. You know what I mean? I would like to see somebody successfully do that as well.
Yeah, well,
introduce the Bat family. You know what I mean?
I know.
Barbara Gordon, all that stuff.
In the comics and all that stuff, like normally when they use him, like in the comics, he was just used. He was just there for Batman to talk to somebody. So like Batman could tell you the plan, and then I mean that's pretty much why he was in the comics. In live action, it's just kind of hard. So
yeah,
I mean I would hope they would be able to pull it off, but. Villain wise, if Joker is not going to be the sequel, is there someone you guys want out of his like Rogues Gallery? Because my little brother keeps mentioning it. My little brother wants Mad Hatter, so
he hasn't been portrayed on
not in live action
in the movies.
He was name dropped in Peacemaker, so.
Was he really?
Yeah, he was in that scene. The joke that I liked.
Which one was it?
Oh, yeah, because we were gonna save that for you. But yeah, like when his next door neighbor asked him, and he says the Mad Hatter is like one of the villains that he drops.
Batman has a coterie of supervillains. Joker, Riddler, Mad Hatter.
So what?
Oh, okay. I really, that was a great series, by the way. But I really want a egg attack of Peacemaker like that.
I'm
with
sure.
the removable helmet.
It'll make it.
Or even a replica helmet. That'd be cool. Like how they had the Star-Lord. That'd be cool. Anyways, what were we talking about? I forgot.
What villain do you want?
Oh, villain. I would want to see somebody on par with Batman. Maybe like a Deathstroke. Somebody that could keep up with him physically. And if Deathstroke's as smart, I won't say as smart, but he's he has an above level intelligence, I guess. Something like that on like power levels. You know what I mean? That could keep up with Batman. He's probably a better fighter than him, more powerful. Like he's enhanced, I think. So maybe it's something like that. Because we haven't really seen other than Bane and Ra's al Ghul, I guess. Deathstroke would be a different take on that.
Yeah,
so,
it would be something different.
But he's always working for somebody though. He's not really.
Yeah, that's why you'd have to have somebody behind the scenes doing that.
Maybe like a Lex Luthor crossover.
Yeah, but that's
Deathstroke crossover.
You're on a pipe dream. Matt Reeves doesn't want to do that.
Yeah.
Paul.
Wishful thinking.
Well, I think I already said Poison Ivy, but
that'd be cool.
That'd be kind of cool. Just to see a take of Poison Ivy, a serious take on Poison Ivy.
So would you want her more like
cool.
she was in the video games, or like a little different?
I would say different. I think you have to go for something kind of original.
More original. Huh. That's just not bad. I didn't even think about Poison Ivy because, because as far as like, I would want a villain that hasn't been done in live action. Because I know like his popular ones kind of already got their live action take. I would like a more serious version of Mr. Freeze, but I would also want to stay away from that because he hasn't been done. But like the villains I would want to see, like Hush, because they kind of alluded to it in the thing. So I would think Hush would be cool. And then my brother says it's too out there, but I've always thought Clayface would be a cool live action villain, but I know he's kind of harder to do because of the shape shifting, and you have to like totally like escape reality with him. So I don't know if he would work.
Yeah.
But, same thing. If you want to keep it, I would say ventriloquist would be a good one too. Maybe more so for Matt Reeves' world because It's just a guy
Yeah.
that has a talking puppet.
Like-
so,
Okay.
but
I
yeah,
think Hush and Ventriloquist are more in that, like you said, in that world. Like that
Yeah.
makes more sense in that world. Like if I could see that happening.
I also
so.
think Hugo Strange would be good, but I would probably leave him for the third movie if you're gonna end it, just because like I think like for Dark Knight Rises, I think Bane was like a good logical choice because of like the fact that like in the comics like he breaks Batman, so I think Hugo Strange would be better for Batman towards the end because like he has to be Batman for a while to have Hugo Strange kind of obsess about him, and then I would say it would just be like because the game didn't portray it, but in the comics like Hugo Strange is actually pretty freaking fit and stuff too, and can actually fight with Batman. So I think that would be cool to actually see like an older dude freaking tango with Batman, and
Yeah.
so. But yeah, so that was our review of the Batman movie and a little tangents on other stuff. If there's anything we missed, you guys can let us know. geekconclave@gmail.com. Yeah, and if you guys want to just let us know what you liked, by all means do that too. And all right, next on the agenda I have, just because it dropped today, the Miss Marvel teaser. So, seeing it before we started, Tommy, really fast. What you were like? Oh, that's cool. What was cool about it for you?
I got the like it's more comedic, I guess,
Mhm.
and then I'm not too familiar with the powers. I know she's like a shapeshifter or something like that, but it seemed like she had like cosmic powers. Like she was putting like force fields to walk on top of, which I'm not too familiar with.
Yeah.
I'm not too familiar with the character. Like some of these characters, like when I used to read, I was an X-Men guy, so I know all the X-Men characters. So Miss Marvel.
Well, I know she is an Inhuman.
Yeah, that's
so
what I heard too.
I don't know if they're gonna touch on that because that show was really like
Bad.
badly received, and they've kind of erased it from existence because Daredevil and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. are coming to Disney Plus on March 16th. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Wednesday.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Yeah, today's the 15th. I just find it funny that was also considered in that universe, and they just wiped that away. So, but I mean, if they're gonna go with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I never got past season 1, but from what I know, they ended up using Inhumans and confirming that Quake was one. I think they actually said the term. But
they were trying to replace the mutants with Inhumans.
Well, yeah, because they didn't have the rights.
Yeah. So, and then the Inhumans TV show was done by a different branch of the Marvel universe, I guess, or the Marvel director team. Like it was the TV. They had split up TV and film, and the
it was
the
TV
TV
side.
side did it.
Yeah, it was the same people as Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, Feige had no say so on the
I think it
Inhuman
was
show.
Joe
And it
Quesada.
and he just dropped the ball, and it was really bad. I didn't watch it though, but I
The dog looked cool, but that was like, the
Yeah.
only thing I remember.
I would want you. I mean, any property you would want them to do it right, but yeah, they dropped the ball, I guess.
It's true. Paul?
I think it's the most poppiest Marvel property that I've seen in terms of look, color, atmosphere, I would say. And I think it's a good thing. It's kind of needed for a Disney Plus to show why it's Disney Plus. It is also for kids to kind of get started with it too. So I think it's just looking at it. It wasn't exactly, I guess, coming down from Batman to this.
Yeah.
Totally
quite
different
a
vibe
transition.
on something like that.
It's not a good.
But
sequel,
I think I think overall it has a Disney Plus vibe to this particular series on that one.
Yeah, no, I'll agree with you. It definitely is the poppiest, hence the trailer music, which was Blinding Lights.
Exactly.
So I'm liking that the Disney Plus trailers are using pop music, Moon Knight using Cuddy. So yeah, I liked it. my mom actually had seen it, and she like saw it and got all excited since she's gonna be home for a while. She was hoping, she's like, oh, it's not gonna be when I'm out. I'm like, nah, but you can watch Moon Knight. So she's at least excited to watch that. But she really liked it, like a lot. Like she's like wants June to be here faster for that. So and then I think like, not swaying it or anything, like I totally feel that it's cool. I don't care. They did it with Wonder Woman, so it's obviously catered more towards girls in this one, being that's like her coming of age story, obviously like her winning over boys and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. Kind of like I guess the opposite of Spider-Man in terms of gender. So yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. It was just a quick minute and 45 teaser. So obviously there'll be more. The first thing that's gonna pop up first though is on the 30th is Moon Knight. That's gonna be coming down the pipeline. Have you guys seen the other trailer? Because I've only seen just the one. I haven't really, because now they're doing like TV spots, and I just kind of try to stay away from that. So
saving it.
You know me. I don't mess with the trailers after a while.
But you saw you did see the first one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So because we obviously weren't podcasting when it came down, but that one, I would say the only thing that I'm interested in seeing if that's true is when he's driving the truck, and I guess you can kind of see the name on the boxes, and it's supposed to say like Doom, like it's supposed to be like Doom's company. So I don't know if they're gonna introduce that.
Wasn't the Doom whatever, I forget what it was called, but Vulture was owning that, or part of, no, Vulture was doing the salvage, and then Doom came in and kicked him out. It was, I forgot the name of the company that kicked out Vulture people.
I thought it was just government though.
Spider-Man. No, I forget what it was called. It was called you have to look it up.
I don't know if they would have done that though, because they wouldn't have the rights to that yet.
I think. Oh, you're talking about Doom, like Victor Von Doom?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
What did you think I was talking about?
Things that's something called like Doom Inc. or Doom Patrol or something. Not the DC, not the DC one.
That's what I was like,
no.
Why would that
not
be
the DC one?
I mean,
No,
I know Doctor
it's
Strange fucked up the multiverse, but
the people that went in and kicked out Vulture's crew.
Yeah, that was
I don't know.
Government. That was like a.
But it was a government agency, I think, funded by Stark, I think, or something. I don't know what it was, but it was something. We have to Google it, look it up.
Yeah, we'll
it's a
do
thing.
that.
It's a thing. So, saying.
But yeah, no. That one is the reason I also brought that up because I thought at the time it was going to be one of the darker properties. I probably should have started at Moon Knight and then gone to Miss Marvel, because it's more easier transition from Batman Moon Knight than Miss Marvel. But Kevin Feige went on record to say that this is a super hard PG-13. Like, obviously it's not going to be rated R, because before they acquired the Netflix shows and put them on there, they had a saying that there was going to be no rated R stuff on Disney Plus. It was just PG-13. That's why some stuff is automatically on Hulu that they own now. But yeah, he said that there's scenes in this show that make you question, like, why did they show that? Because it's like, it gets that bad where it's like, I guess, where he's beating up people, where you're like, oh, snaps, like they actually show it. So
dude, Mandalorian sliced the body in half.
yeah, but they didn't show like blood and everything like that.
He sliced him in half.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but like, I mean, like, in terms of like beating someone to a pulp, like, I don't know if it's gonna be like the Punisher vibes from the Netflix show, but like it's just something darker that you wouldn't expect Disney Plus to kind of greenlight. So I also didn't think they would have done the Netflix shows, but that you know, that's that's a thing tomorrow. So
okay, so real quick, the scene where he sliced the body in half is when he closed the door on that one dude, right? That's you're talking about that scene?
No, he's talking about that was in
Boba Fett?
the Boba Fett show.
Oh,
which you have not.
You still haven't watched it, huh?
No,
Oh, yeah.
I'm on episode like 3 or 4. I gotta go back.
You haven't even seen that part yet.
I got into Peacemaker, kind of binged that one day, and then I don't get too much time off, so I'm kind of like
It's
I'm
all
kind of
good.
catching up.
It's all
So
good.
and then I was gonna say something else. Oh, the the Netflix shows weren't they like rated M or something like that?
Yeah,
or...
they're
rated
rated
R?
mature. No, they're rated mature. Well, TV mature, which is rated
Yeah.
R. Because there's straight up
Yeah.
sex and Punisher and Jessica Jones, like her and Luke Cage, straight up break a bread. So,
So they're gonna put that on Disney
yeah,
Plus
there's I think there's a disclaimer when you watch them, like in the beginning, saying that it's like there's parental controls, so that you can. I think there wasn't before, and now there's parental controls, so that like if you don't want your kids to see that, you can block it.
Also, what else was I gonna say? For that and Falcon and Winter Soldier. They were dropping F-bombs like crazy in that show. Like they were cussing a lot. So I don't know if that qualified
It's off
as
an F-bomb. I mean, they said shit, but you can
They're
technically say shit a couple times. It's technically in a PG-13 movie through MPAA, you can say fuck one time, because in the movie Be Cool, they made a joke about that, where they said that like the movie's PG-13 because like I don't know. I just remember John Travolta's character makes a joke because then they say, oh, he says, you know what, that's stupid. You know what I have to say to that? Fuck that. And that's the one F-bomb that they have in that movie, and it's PG-13. So, I don't know. I just find it interesting that they're gonna bring the Netflix series in because they are super dark and gritty. I don't necessarily know if that makes that canon though, because I don't know if MCU wants to be tied down from that. Because I know that I've been kind of just reading some stuff. I guess Charlie Cox has been more vocal about like Daredevil. Like, there's rumors that there's gonna be a Daredevil season 4 now, but it's like nothing set in stone. And people are asking if it is gonna be, because obviously like Feige said he's the Daredevil for MCU. It just would be like, would you have like Foggy Nelson and everyone else that was in the show like appear, because Kingpin's already like kind of made an appearance. But I kind of feel that like they're gonna go the variant route with these, only because I don't think they want to be tied down to what like Netflix did. But I think it's like to like kind of have. So I think the reason they also dropped this series is like if they end up showing like Jessica Jones. Oh, she also did like I guess a test fitting for something too, because there's an image came up where she was like dressed in the jacket again. So like supposedly she might show up in something. So I think the reason they're showing the Netflix shows is that like, so they don't have to make like an origin story or do something about it. They can just show up in a property and be like, oh yeah, these guys were in that universe, but now this is our version of them. Kind of like I guess what they're gonna do with Doctor Strange, like with the with Professor X. So, but yeah, I don't know. Kind of went on a little bit tangent, but I'm excited for that. I'm shocked that Miss Marvel is coming out first before She-Hulk, because I thought She-Hulk had like finished filming before Miss Marvel, but I guess the CGI is taking them a lot longer. So
Probably.
yeah. So the final thing we'll do, and then we'll call it a show, is the Obi Wan teaser came out last week. So yeah, it's really cool. We're gonna kind of watch it and break it down because I have a lot of stuff to say about it, because I love Star Wars. And so you can't really, you can see the race speeder, Boba Fett right there. So yeah.
I was gonna say Celebration is in like 2 months, right?
Yeah, May 28th. Is that when? That's when you're going, right? Or did you get rid of your ticket?
I got a refund from the coronavirus, basically.
Okay.
But I am still thinking about going on that one.
Yeah, because they did drop the tickets for that today, actually. So 4 days sold out again. Tommy, if you still want to buy Emily's ticket, it's up there.
Well, Paul, you don't have a ticket anymore, Paul, or?
No, just because when they were giving out refunds, I just at that time I was just like, I'll just get a refund because I don't know what's going on with it. So.
Well, I didn't know who to take. Can we just buy that girl's tickets off of her, or no?
Oh yeah, if you want to do that, and you guys be the two people.
You want to do that, Paul, or no? I was gonna buy I was gonna buy 2, but I was like, I don't know who else to take. Like,
I'm down. What?
Yeah.
Was it 4 day that she had, or
she had Saturday? She just said she had had 1 day. She just had Saturday.
I'm down just going 1 day.
But
I'm cool with that. Cause I was
like,
do
a podcast over there.
Yeah, we could. I'm gonna do the 4 days for sure.
I didn't know who to go with. I was like, my girlfriend doesn't like to go, and my sister, nobody likes to go. I was like, I always just go with you guys. I I figured
But
you
are you
guys.
gonna stay out there, or are you just gonna drive back and forth?
I mean, it's in Anaheim. We'll see. I mean, I still have about a month and a half to go. I mean, I don't know. It'll depend. I'll talk to my mom since some stuff got greenlit for her again. So see if maybe I can stay at the hotel in Disney. I don't know.
Ooh, okay.
That'd be cool.
So yeah, we'll see. That's all pending. But oh, and then we'll kind of just tease it now. We're all going to WonderCon on Sunday, the Sunday of it. So that is the 3rd, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, April 3rd.
Well, that's next month. Wait, is it this month or?
It's next month.
Next month.
Three weeks away. So
Oh, okay.
It's crazy.
it's going by fast now, but we'll see. Be
April
the first
3rd?
con for us, and yep, Sunday.
Okay. I forget. I just
I already
bought
got
the
approved,
ticket.
so we're good to go.
Okay, cool.
We're good to go.
Cool.
All right. So I'm gonna try to bring it up right now, and hopefully that it doesn't glitch on us. All right. So here we go. Obi Wan trailer.
The fight is done. We lost.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop it here. So, obviously in front of us is Luke Skywalker, kid playing Luke Skywalker. Do you guys notice what he's wearing?
Goggles?
Yeah. Do you get whose goggles those
Those-
are?
His dad's?
Yeah, they're Anakin Skywalker's pod racing goggles. So
Cool.
I thought that was pretty cool. Really fast, the song that's playing in the background. Only because like I love that movie and love the score that John Williams did as Battle of the Heroes from Revenge of the Sith. So I really like how they're like kind of showing Obi-Wan's like broken down, because this is I should have actually broke down the show. So really fast, this is a year after Jedi Fallen Order, and it's 10 years after Revenge of the Sith. So what we're watching right now is a broken Obi-Wan. So I'll continue playing, but yeah, just for background so you guys can see the other stuff. So
Stay hidden.
The key to hunting Jedi is patience.
okay, so I went a little too far. So that fortress that they showed, it's called Fortress Inquisitus. So it's the Inquisitor's Fortress. It is obviously canon now. It was in the video game. So if you guys play Jedi Fallen Order, you actually go under it in the video game, like you swim underneath it. So I think that was cool. The dude that they showed that kind of looked like Hellraiser is the Grand Inquisitor from the Star Wars Rebels show. So kind of like the Cad Bane thing, the feedback is everyone's like, oh, he looks really bad, but I don't think he does. It's whatever. His TV show counterpart is really skinny and then has like the Sith eyes, like they're yellow, and here they're obviously not. But yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we'll just continue from here.
Jedi cannot help what they are. Their compassion leaves a trail.
So that planet is a new planet because I got it from the EW article. It is called Dayu. It's basically space Hong Kong. So it's not gonna the whole because we kind of talked about it last episode, Paul. Luckily for you, this show will not be on Tatooine the whole time. It's gonna be on a different planet. So.
Oh, I think my
My
camera went out.
Paul went out. Paul went black.
Let me just change it to my
Oh, for
regular
sure. Let's
camera.
go.
Hold on 1 second.
And Paul's back. So.
Yep.
Yeah. So the other thing, this is like. Let me see if I can try to pause it on the person. So this person right here, she is a new Inquisitor. She's called Reva. She's going to be one of the main villains in the series. It'll be her, the Grand Inquisitor, and then obviously Darth Vader himself. So, yeah, I just think it, like how Paul last episode said that there's too much Tatooine. It won't be you won't be on it a lot for the show. Like, he does go off world, so we'll see why that happens. But yeah.
The Jedi Code is like an itch. He cannot help it. Where is he?
So pause it again, because this is more another live-action version of a cartoon or an animated character. This is the fifth brother, another villain in Star Wars Rebels. And then that scene ago when he was spinning the lightsaber, I kind of wanted them to do the helicopter thing where they fly. Did you guys watch Rebels at all, like Star Wars Rebels, or no?
No.
Sorry, Eddie.
No, that's fine. I know that's not really up your guys' avenue, but I did. So just to let you know, the spinning part, some people didn't like it because they spin so fast. They actually flew like helicopters with them. So it's kind of out there, but it's a fucking space fiction. So I thought it was cool. And I'm
gonna try to catch up. I'm gonna try to catch up before Celebration.
Oh, it's all good.
I tried watching it. There's so many. You have to like send me a link and how to watch them. I started watching. I got to like episode 6 on one of them. No, I know, but there's 2 different ones. I don't know which one to watch first.
For Clone Wars, if you want to watch that, you'd have to like I'll send you the chronological way because they're not released in chronological order. But if you want to watch Rebels to just kind of watch this stuff to like some of these characters, you can just watch Rebels like straight through. And Rebels is actually pretty. I wouldn't say it's better than Clone Wars. It's a little more action. And because Clone Wars, for me to watch it, it took me a while. They had to be in like their 3rd season, and one reason I went and started watching them was because Alex told me that it actually got better. Because I still had the taste of the movie in my mouth, and I didn't like the movie. But that'll be a discussion for another day. But these characters, it's just cool because these are all characters that were like in the animated series, and they're coming back. And then the stormtroopers are the traditional stormtroopers again. We're not seeing the First Order ones or clone troopers. It's the traditional stormtroopers from the original trilogy. So I just think that's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. So let me get back into it. So, yeah, out of, I would say, all the Star Wars trailers for like Disney Plus stuff, that one is the most cinematic looking to me. I don't know if you guys got the same feel, but that felt more like a movie than like The Mandalorian or Book of Boba Fett for me. I don't know if that's how you guys took it, but I'm like super excited for this one. Not to say I wasn't for Book of Boba Fett, because Boba Fett is my favorite Star Wars character, but I don't know, just something like the when I watched it when it first dropped, I had woken up and seen it. I'm like, oh, like I was like, oh, the Obi Wan trailer's on. I like watched it on my phone, and I literally got goosebumps when I heard the Duel of Fates song. Like it like using the Kevin Smith reference, man, I filled the damn cup. Like it was I was super happy. Like it took me like, and just the whole like it's John Williams is coming back just to score I think the Obi Wan theme, kind of like how he did for Galaxy's Edge. So and he did that for Solo too. So it's gonna have John Williams in it. So that which makes it feel more like cinematic Star Wars. The fact that we're getting Darth Vader, they're on the Entertainment Weekly. Their last physical article is Obi Wan Kenobi. It goes on sale March 18th. I might buy it because it's the last one. But they have photos that some are in the trailer. Just one of them isn't. It's Darth Vader. You just have his breathing at the end, but they do show Darth Vader, like a still of him, and it's like I think he's supposed to be in like the chamber from Empire Strikes Back. So I'm gonna throw a picture on it. You guys can't see it right now. I don't have it, but actually maybe I do. Hold on, so I can show it to you. Because I downloaded it. See that? Yeah, I don't know how to use Discord. I'm terrible because it's been a while. I was gonna like share the image, but I'll show it to you later. But yeah, no, I just kind of a rambling buffoon right now. But the actress Moses Ingram, her character looks pretty menacing. Chasing a person and then lightsaber lights up. So the one thing that I find funny, because this went through a bunch of rewrites because of the Solo movie not doing so good. It was supposed to be a movie, and I guess now the IGN reported it off of Deadline that I guess it got leaked that originally Darth Maul was supposed to be the villain of this, and supposedly Dave Filoni kind of told Deborah Chow, who's the head director of all of them and the writer, is that she needed to like be bigger outside the box. 'Cause I guess the original script was too close to The Mandalorian, so to get it to be different, they said bring someone else in. So that's why you have Darth Vader and the Inquisitors as the villains. So it should be really interesting. And then I guess the original script was like supposedly like too bleak. That's why Kathleen Kennedy wanted it to be rewritten, is that it was too bleak. Which the reason I find funny is that like the dude's broken. Like like what do you want? Like everything is like he lost his best friend. He's like PTSD about it. So the galaxy is like overrun with space Nazis. I don't really know how much you wanted, but I guess the theme of it is that they showed it in the teaser, is that like it's a story about hope, I guess. So I did read that I guess I didn't really notice the parallels that in Revenge of the Sith, like he fights Anakin, and he's still very much like a reactive person. Like he lets like his not so much his emotions, but he like reacts to everything, and like it's a different vibe. Whereas in like A New Hope, he's kind of like a Zen, like he's just like chill. He's like super chill compared to like when he was younger. And so I guess like this story is like the bridge to show you how he became that Obi-Wan Kenobi, where it's the Obi-Wan Kenobi that's not like broken. He's like still a hopeful Obi-Wan. So yeah. Is there anything else you guys want to say? Because I'm like the only one talking. And
you're
I'm
more
hyped
of the
for it.
Star Wars historian, I guess.
yeah.
No, it looks cool. I just, like I said, was super disappointed in the last 3 movies. Really liked Mandalorian. Want to finish Boba Fett. I want to know, like, if I feels like these TV shows should have came out before the movie and maybe introduced some of these characters in this last trilogy. Like, I want to know how the Mandalorian, Boba Fett, Grogu, Ahsoka all fit into the overall universe that they already released these 3 movies already. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if they're gonna have some kind of like multiverse, whatever, like Marvel and DC, and redo the movies after or something. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot going on right now in between the Return of the Jedi and what was the first movie called?
Force Awakens.
Force Awakens. So yeah, there's a lot going on because Mandalorian takes place like a few years after,
It's 5
I think,
years after
Return of the Jedi. Yeah, but like 20 years before the Force Awakens. So Mandalorian, Boba Fett, all take place in that 20-year time frame, and then this as well. So
Oh no.
like, what's going on?
Obi-Wan's before the trilogy. This is after Revenge of the Sith. So they're going back. They're going back to the prequels again. I know it gets confusing because they time jump a lot.
No, yeah, I'm sorry. This takes place before A New Hope.
Yeah.
So yeah. That's cool. I don't know.
I hear you. I mean, as far as it's still kind of greenlit until it's not greenlit anymore, because they tend to do that with Star Wars. If it's not well received or something controversial happens, they'll kind of just drop it. As of now, Ahsoka, The Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett, that Rangers of the New Republic show that got canceled but got taken into different stories now. I guess that original story is going to be broken into the other shows. They're all supposed to meet up for something, like either a movie on Disney Plus, another big show, maybe a movie in theaters. I don't know, but like they're all connected into a universe. And as much as like the people that hated the sequel trailers have been the sequel movies have been vocal in saying that like, oh yeah, these are retconning them. Like Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni have said they're not. They're actually just like kind of how the Clone Wars was for like the prequels. This is like the same thing. It's just like to basically enhance that story. So I guess you'll find out how the First Order became the First Order, and that's like all I know. Something else is like gonna happen, but they are getting connected. So, but I do hear what you feel like it should have been like if they had have done this as far as like the Mandalorian goes, and then made like an Episode 7. I think it would have probably been Episode 7 was well received. It was just like the stuff after, but that's another discussion for another day.
I really enjoyed The Force Awakens, but when you when you break it down, it is A New Hope, which is the new characters. Yeah. So, and that's what J.J. Abrams does. He just kind of capitalizes on stuff that's popular. I mean, talk crap about him, Paul. I know he's your boy and everything, but that he just copied flipping the A New Hope. So
yeah. But yeah,
Super 8 was original, and
not really.
Well, to me, I can't really.
You could say that to like E.T.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of, but it was different. It was different enough.
Spielberg's name is under the Super 8 movie, so
because he was an exec, right? He was an executive producer, yeah. And
then what else was I gonna say? That Mission Impossible movie he made was really well done. The one, I forget the name of it, but with the
Ghost Protocol.
No, he did the
one with Kerry Russell.
Yeah, Gary Russell, and then the dude that killed OD'd. Forget that dude's name.
Yeah,
he was a villain. And then Morpheus was in it as well. Lawrence Fishburne.
It's a good
first one.
Yeah,
that was it. Mission Impossible. Was it Mission Impossible 3? I think it was.
I think it's 3.
I thought he did 4. Wasn't it
Ghost 4?
Oh yeah.
I think it was 3.
Ghost Protocol.
Did he do Ghost Protocol?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't Ghost Protocol.
Because that's the one that introduced Simon Pegg and all that, right? He did the one with Simon Pegg.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say that's Ghost Protocol. Someone Google it.
I don't know.
I'm in a state where I can't do anything because then I'll screw up the image on the screen.
Paul, you got it, Paul?
Ghost Protocol does not have Kerry Russell in it, so that is definitely a different one.
He didn't.
That's the one with Jeremy Renner.
I think it's just Mission Impossible 3.
This one was Brad Bird who directed Ghost Protocol.
Oh,
which was good. That was good as well. All the Mission Impossible have been good, except for I didn't really care for the last one because I think Tom Cruise kind of showed his age. He's like 70 years old and he's jumping off buildings, and he beat up Superman, and Superman's like a foot taller and like 150 pounds heavier, and there's just no way. Even if he was like the most skilled dude in the world, they're both skilled dudes, and it just sounds like it's not happening.
You can suspend disbelief, but not in that bathroom fight, huh?
No. So that's just my take.
It's all good. I still have to see those movies, but
they're good. Most of them are good.
I've heard. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I ended up liking Top Gun, and I had just seen it for the first time last year. So.
Oh, the first one, the original?
Yeah. When I went with Paul.
I didn't even know.
Cool.
I know the
sequel's supposed to come out, I think, in like November.
I think it was supposed to come out already, but COVID, huh?
Yeah, it was one of the delays, but
yeah.
I think it's coming out in the fall. But back to Obi Wan. I don't even remember what I was gonna say because we went on a tangent of J.J. Abrams.
Sorry.
It's all good.
I didn't mean it.
No,
I didn't mean it just like that.
All I was gonna say is that it was just a cheat code for them to use Duel of Fates. You can put anything behind Duel of the Fates, and you'll be hyped on that.
It's true. It's very true. I think Duel of
Yeah.
Fates was even used for the Jedi Fallen Order video game for the trailer.
If Jar Jar Binks had a series, and you put Duel of the Fates, people would go crazy.
That's true. It's true. But yeah. Are you guys gonna watch it?
Yeah,
Because it's 6 episodes. It's a limited series, so it'll just be a one.
absolutely.
We try to watch everything. I just fall behind sometimes. I was pretty much on point until Boba Fett. Boba Fett, I kept on falling asleep on. I could never find the time. But I'm gonna try to watch that pretty soon. But I'm gonna play my Madden game after this.
It's all good.
So
So yeah, I think we're kind of donezo. Not gonna lie to you. My mom's cooking dinner right now, and the smell has reached my room, so I can't think straight anymore because I want to eat.
what is she making tonight?
She's making chicken in the air fryer. So
Oh, okay.
it smells really, really good.
Sounds good.
So yeah, I guess that'll do it for episode 30. We kind of reached the hour-and-a-half mark that I wanted to reach. Anyway, if you're still with us, thank you for staying. I know we kind of rambled a little bit towards the end, but we're trying to get back to weekly content. Hopefully it goes through. I think next time we record, we'll try to do it earlier and try to do like a couple episodes at one time, so that way we don't fall behind like we did between October till March. So we'll take it by then. If there's anything else that you guys want to add to the discussion of Obi Wan or Miss Marvel or Batman, once again, it's geekconclave@gmail.com. If you guys, I guess Spotify has ratings now, so if you can rate us if you listen on Spotify, if you've been listening to it on iTunes, if you could give us whatever you think we deserve. I know everyone says 5 stars when they plug these stuff, but if you think we're 5-star, cool. If you don't, then please give constructive criticism. Don't just like give me a 1 star and then say you suck. Like, give me constructive criticism. That's all I ask. Yeah, I don't know any other podcasting stuff that has a rating system, because I know we're on Google Play as well, but I don't think you can rate it. I think it's just Spotify and iTunes. So if you're on one of the platforms that has a rating, just give us a rating if you can. And yeah, that'll do it. Anything else you guys want to say before I cut it off?
R.I.P. Scott Hall.
Oh yeah, that was actually considering like rest. Yeah, R.I.P. to Scott Hall. He did pass away yesterday, which was the 14th. He was on life support because of a hip surgery that he had. Because I think the week before he like broke his hip, and then he went in for surgery. He had complications that gave him blood clots in his heart, and then he had 3 heart attacks. So his family decided to pull the plug on life support yesterday, and I think it took like 4 hours after he was off life support for him to pass away. So the bad guy was cool. I liked Razor Ramon, but I was more in the NWO stuff, so I kind of liked him more. Scott Hall. That's just what I was more familiar with. But
I'm older, so I liked him more as Razor Ramon. He was different. He was different enough that he was my favorite dude at the time when he came out. It was Jimmy Superfly Snuka before he turned into a serial killer. And then I think it was Razor Ramon. And then The Rock and Stone Cold after that. And that's the kind of when I fell off.
The Rock before you don't like him now.
Before he became too like commercials and everything. He's like
he's saturated.
Like, yeah, oversaturated. So we'll see what he does with Black Adam, but right now he's just too much. So I need to fall back a little bit. Fall back.
Yeah.
Do the better piece. I don't know. Anyways.
Yeah.
Rambling.
No, it's all good. I saw that Paul posted on his Instagram story that he was watching Razor Ramon. What match did you watch? The one with Shawn Michaels?
Yeah.
Oh, it was a
Intercontinental title
belt
ladder match. Yep.
Yeah, that's a good one. R.I.P. Well, on that note, guys, have a good night, and we'll see you guys next week.
Oh, peace.